Welcome to the YCNU podcast. Join us each week for engaging conversations with campus leaders, students, faculty, staff, alumni, and community members. From academics to athletics, campus life, and beyond, we cover it all. Have someone you want to hear from? Let us know. Let's explore the world of Yavapai College together.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the YCNU podcast. I'm Cadu Medina, your host for today's episode, and I'm here with Vincent Redgrave from the Regional Economic Development Center, our REDC at Yavapai College. Vince, welcome to the podcast.
Cadu, thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Oh, man. I am excited about this one because I know we got a lot to talk about, and you're the man at the REDC, the department with too many projects.
You could say that, yeah. There is a rumor out there, and I've started that rumor. So, to put that in perspective, just at the REDC, that doesn't include the Small Business Development Center. We have 64 ongoing projects right now, and that's all good.
That's a wonderful thing. We got our cups full.
Yes, it's a good problem to have.
I love that. Well, let's start with a little background here. Just give us an introduction to yourself and what you do here at Yavapai College.
Absolutely. So I'm Vince Redgrave. I'm the Executive Director for Industry and Innovation at Yavapai College. So that means I have the good fortune of having the Regional Economic Development Center and the Small Business Development Center that fall under my remit. So that's really attacking economic development on behalf of the college from two different fronts. One would be literally starting small businesses. So that's the SBDC portion of that. Mm-hmm. And the other portion, the REDC, is picking up everything else. Once our students, getting ready to leave the college, they're about to get their certifications, they're about to get their degrees, or maybe they've already got them. And that's really getting those students truly ready for the workplace. So that might be whether it's something related to career services, actually helping them apply for jobs, because we have our own internal wonderful system to do that. So the college has, its version of it. It's like our version of Indeed, I guess. Mm-hmm. So we utilize that. And then, we also provide a lot of data, and whether that's for economic purposes or policy development for businesses and organizations in the local community. We also write grants, and we have grant assistance for people in the community as well. So the REDC is a really great complement to the SBDC, and then it's that business organizational facing side of the college, so that we're fully integrated in what's happening, whether it be in local government, local business, local organizations.
That's wonderful. Does the REDC and SBDC, are they connected to government organizations, or how does that work? Because I know this is not just like a local organization. We have a little bit of a connection here with other organizations, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're the SBDC in particular is actually all their KPIs and everything that they're measured upon is actually set by the state. So it's state mandated in terms of the outcomes that, they have to move towards. Mm-hmm. The REDC is, completely, in terms of its performances and its goals, are completely constructed by the college. So some of those things come down for part of the strategic plan from the executive leadership team. Okay. And so we follow that remit. But in terms of being really integrated and closely tied into governmental things and local organizations at city level, so that, could be city government, could be city finance, city economic development, or a regional economic development. We are hyperlinked into all those different entities. So we're working with pretty much every city and town in Yavapai. In fact, we are working with every city and town in Yavapai, and on lots of different ongoing projects and initiatives that they have. So there's lots of different ways and means that we might be assisting with those groups.
That sounds fantastic. Well, let's give examples here, so that might be a little easier to explain how this all applies here to our college, to our community, and everything else. Tell us about a big project or initiative you're currently working on that it's really exciting, that you feel like it's the best way to represent what we do here.
Absolutely. I think something that I'm really excited about, and I know our executive leadership team is excited about, and it's still in the initial phases, is we're about to launch an Entrepreneurial Institute here at Yavapai College. We just got the go-ahead to put that together and get that launched. So it's in the building phases. There are no absolute certain outcomes as to how we have what we think are some good approaches, but that's really going to complement what the SBDC does in some respects. So if, for example, you're somebody who has an idea, you want to launch a business, you really don't know where to start, but you want to do this pretty quickly, because most entrepreneurs are not particularly well known for their patience, right? So they have an idea, they want to bring it to market, they want to get things done. So our Entrepreneurial Institute will be the arm with which to do that. So that will be, all right, what's the absolute basic things and skill sets and must-haves that you need to do to launch that business? So you need a business license, you need a tax EIN number, you need business insurance, you might need a premises, you might need a website. There might be you might need to patent something, you might need to trademark something. So there's much more to that list, but it's all those bottom basic things. Do you need access to capital? Do you need to get the best possible loans? What type of loan do you need? What type, are you manufacturing something? Are you offering a service? So taking all those different possibilities into account and getting that off the ground. And the purpose is not just to get that off the ground, but to do that. So we will be hand-holding you through that process from beginning to end, not just to get you launched, but then to make sure that you launch successfully so that you can sustain that once, hopefully that you're at least breaking even fairly quickly and hopefully in profit fairly quickly. And we can help with that. We have programs to do that. We're actually putting those programs together, and they're getting pretty close to finalization right now. And then once you're in a level footing then we're going to help you expand.
Wow.
Right. So it's launch, sustainability, and then expansion. And when you think about that in the grander scheme of things, is really that's what, in essence, that's one of the great things about Yavapai College that we do really, really well, not just launching businesses, but it's that total economic impact, right? So we've got new business start, we've got capital moving, we've got supplies and things that are shifting, we've got somebody offering a service or something that's needed in the marketplace, because we help people do their due diligence and make sure that there is the need. And how do we supply that need? How do we make sure we differentiate you from the competition? What's the competition doing? And then in terms of that expansion, well, now you're employing other people. So it's a really wonderful cycle, that we're going to be able to do that really well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that overall economic impact on the community is going to be, it's going to be tremendous.
Yeah. What is that going to look like as far as how this is going to be structured here? Is it like a program that a business or an individual can sign up for and go through the next 6 months, covering all the different things that involve launching a business, like a fast track type of thing? Or this is more of a consulting / coaching service that's going to be offered to existing businesses or entrepreneurial individuals that want to start a new business? What is that going to look like? It's kind of under the REDC umbrella of offerings here, at Yavapai College. But is that like a program, like a degree, an associate's, or that's going to become more of a short track type of, fast track?
Thank you for packaging that. Yes, fast track is the operative word, right? So we have, obviously, within our business degrees that we offer, we have an entrepreneurial focus in there. But this is, for the person who's, as I said, entrepreneurs are not known for the patience. They want to get these things out to market, whatever that looks like, whatever that service offering or that product is. And this is that fast track, down and dirty, but all the things that you must have to launch that successfully, so we don't miss anything. We make sure that everything is relevant to the marketplace and what that demand and that need is, and then how we expand on that as well. So it will be, certainly initially, it's going to be a minimum 4 credit. It might just be 1 credit. So it might be something like 16 to 20 hours of here's the things you need to know, here's the must-haves.
Right.
But also that ongoing, as you sort of mentioned, that coaching and hand-holding process. So it's not just, hey, we'll help you launch your business and good luck, away you go into the sunset. It's, no, we're going to walk you through that entire process, and then we're going to stay with you because we want you to be successful. We want you to expand. We want you to employ more people. We want you to bring in revenue, and we want that revenue and that money to drive through the local economy because that benefits everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So no success overnight. We're not going to teach that class.
If only.
Yeah, we need to follow up.
Sign me up.
So it looks like to me like it's going to be kind of a hybrid type of program, right? There's some instruction involved. There might be like online classes, in-person classes, or this and that, plus some in-person coaching, consulting time with some of our REDC, support team here and so forth, right? For a certain amount of time.
Absolutely. And this is a really great cohesive effort that's being run currently through REDC, SBDC. We're working with our colleagues in the business program who are helping put that material together. So what is it you as an entrepreneur absolutely must need to know so that we can check all those boxes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, did you say, are we connected? Are we working with our business faculty, our business degree faculty to kind of develop the curriculum and all that?
That's correct. Yeah.
And they're going to continue this is going to be part of the business school, or this is going to be an individual offering here through the REDC?
It's going to be an individual offering, and it's going to be under the title of Entrepreneurial Institute. Yeah.
Nice.
So we're super excited about this. Like I said, we're just putting this together right now. I think in the next few weeks, we're going to present to the executive leadership team what we have up to this point, and then hopefully we'll be off to the races, and we're gonna get people going. We're gonna move this thing.
That's beautiful. Do we have an estimated time frame for implementation of this, or when this is going to become available to our community?
Yeah, I think the estimated timeline right now is early 2025. We can't specify the exact month at this point, but if I was a betting man, which I'm not, and don't hold me to this because I know you're going to come back and ask me, but I think probably February, March 2025. I think we'll be ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
That's really incredible. And I know it's like dead center in our core values, the mission of the college and everything else. So this is going to be really, really exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Well, wonderful. What else do we have going on at the REDC amongst the 64 projects that you have currently going?
Yeah. Which one would you like me to pick?
Well, what else do you have going on here that you think that we need to share this with the community because this is exciting and maybe they don't know?
Absolutely, and I hope most of the community are aware of this who are listening to this. But one thing we're super excited about, and the folks at the REDC in particular, Karen Jones and her team, shout out to those guys who are doing amazing things, is we managed to get an extension for the Quest grant. We've already put a lot of students through our college courses on the back of the Quest grant, and I know we've spoken, myself and you, we know we've spoken about this at length previously, but the Quest grant is pretty amazing. We've got a 1-year extension. If you get onto yc.redc.com, you can get details there. It's pretty easy to sign up for the Quest grant. It's a fairly easy application process, but we've got that for another 12 months. I think we've already got something in the region of about 200 more students just in the last couple of months.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Who've already signed up. And we've got another 11 months to run this program. And so
let's backtrack just a little bit because I'm not sure everyone knows what the Quest grant is, what is it for, who is it for, and what it gives access to students. Because I know this is a really exciting project you guys have been working on for a long time, and this extension of the grant is definitely good news because there's so much benefit to it. Just kind of give us a little bit of a background on that Quest grant again, please.
Yeah, essentially. So, it's a government-based grant that we've got. Essentially what it does is it will pay for anybody who has who had their job or, upskilling from one job to another affected by COVID, which covers many people. Some of the qualifications are in terms of what you may be earning or not earning today. If you're a veteran, you automatically qualify, or if you are a spouse or immediate relative of a veteran, you automatically qualify for the Quest grant.
Wonderful.
And essentially with a very easy, literally 90-second application, we can come back and tell you pretty quickly if you qualify for one of our college degrees and courses. And it's
essentially tuition free, right? We're talking about here. Covered by the grant.
Absolutely. That's it in a nutshell. Wow. Yeah, and it's an amazing thing. We put a lot of people through that in the last 18 months. And we really just, thanks to you and some of the folks within the college, we've kicked that off really strong in the last few weeks. When we found out we got the extension, we were super excited. And now we're off and running, and we're gonna put a few more 100 people through this tuition-free process, which is great whether you're currently unemployed, whether you're currently employed, but if you're looking to do something greater and bigger and better with your working life, and you want to move forward, you want to upskill, you want to move into something else, you want to might become a nurse or a phlebotomist, you want to become a CDL truck driver, whatever that looks like. There are many different things that the Quest grant covers. There are too many here for me to mention. But it's all covered on our website. And yeah, it's super easy to find. If you get on Yavapai College's main website, you can scroll down the first page and you can find the REDC. First thing that pops up is the Quest grant and the application form.
Wow. No, this is really exciting. I know we've been working on it for quite some time. I'm hoping that by now the community has heard enough about this to know that this is available, because it is an incredible opportunity. And I know we've been putting a lot of applications through. And
absolutely. It's not, it's a big hoorah, and it's a big coup for the county. Absolutely. And so, yeah, it's a great thing and a great opportunity for somebody looking either to getting to the workplace or to move up in the workplace. Right. Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. Well, it absolutely sounds like your day kind of looks like, what can I do today? What kind of projects can I develop, or business, community organizations to partner with to create some value to this community? I know this is kind of at the core of your, daily mission and goal. Tell us a little bit about that. How do we go about identifying the needs in the community and these opportunities to team up with organizations and businesses and, students, and even internally here with other departments of the college to create these programs, to create these initiatives? What's the science behind, all this? How do we go about creating these initiatives?
The science in the secret sauce. Yeah. It's like Yavapai College's KFC recipe that we're not allowed to share with anybody.
Well, there's too much to tap into, too many opportunities to do good. But how do we?
There are so many opportunities. I think one of the key things, Cadu, is that certainly in terms of our data analysts that we have at the REDC, is making sure that we're continually updated within the local cities and towns, within Yavapai, and how that relates to the state of Arizona and the country as a whole, what is actually happening in our economy. So we're always looking at reams and reams of data consistently. What does that look like in terms of, money that is out there available in terms of helping, whether it's a Quest grant or something like that, where we can help push people's education, we can help develop that economic cycle, whether we can launch entrepreneurs. So really making sure that we're always up to date on what is out there, what is happening. And we do that in tandem, obviously, within Yavapai College with all the department heads. What are they doing? What are some of we always have to be aware of what their initiatives are and how we can assist with those. Right. And then more so really on the immediate touch points just on the boundaries of Yavapai College. So that would be our local cities and governments. That would be our local businesses of all shapes and sizes. Doesn't matter what industry it is, whether we're coming to you or thankfully lots of those businesses are coming to us. We've been here for quite some time. We have an extraordinary reputation in the local community. And it's really, okay, what is it you're trying to do? How can we help you do that? And one thing about the REDC and SBDC is they are brilliant at innovation. Yeah. So in terms of, having to go out and explore and innovate and look at new things and be creative to get something off the ground, whether it's an idea, whether it's an expansion of something that's already happening, whether it's finding the people with the right education via the college, whether it's a tailored program within an organization. I hate to use this phrase, but the phrase sums us up perfectly is we're always building the plane while we're flying it.
I love it.
That's a typical day, REDC and SBDC. No 2 days ever look alike, and that's scary. It's fascinating. It's challenging. It can be stressful sometimes. But
that's how you end up with 64 projects.
Yeah, and that's why we love what we do, because we get things done. We have 2 amazing teams, and they do it extraordinarily well. They're unbelievably consistent, and the things that they produce are incredible, and they're tangible things in terms of clients advised, businesses served, students outside of the college in tailored programs who are getting the education, who are moving up within those organizations, becoming supervisors, managers, becoming GMs, becoming CEOs. I mean, it's all fantastic stuff. And that's what gets me out of bed in the morning. That's what I love.
I love it. I guess that's our mission, huh? My next question to you was going to be, what's the vision here for the REDC at Yavapai College for the next few years, and how you see that growing in our community? You just answered my question. This is it, huh?
It is. I mean, it's really, we're fortunate because they've built such a good reputation through the REDC and SBDC that we are that initial touch point for all our, whether it's government, organization, business partners. We are that go-to to help you either launch, to help you stabilize, to help you expand, and to help you move forward. Right. And that's essentially why we exist. And I'll blow our trumpet a little bit here. We're really good at doing that.
Which, by the way, that might be just one of the most important differences that we have among, other community colleges, right? Yavapai College has this huge arm very close to the business community, through the REDC and SBDC. I mean, this is something that people should know if they don't know, that we have this as part of our arsenal of, tools that we use here to reach out to the community and provide services and education, instruction, coaching, consulting, programs that are designed to really not just educate, but to also develop, to launch.
Yeah, I mean, literally turning the wheels of that economic impact. And that's what we do. Right. And that's our mission via the college. We're fortunate that we have an amazing executive leadership team, and our president is fantastic. Those guys really, are not always looking to the future, always aware of what's coming, always able to innovate. And I'm in the fortunate position, and so my teams, that, we get to push some of those boundaries on the back end of that. And you can see real things happening. You can see businesses booming. You can see people getting those promotions within those organizations. Right. So it's an extraordinary, we've got a dozen extraordinarily hardworking, dedicated individuals on the SBDC and REDC combined. But we're fortunate that we get to see those outcomes, those true impacts.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Vince, this is super exciting. I can't wait to record a follow-up with you on how the entrepreneurial program, takes off, and kind of discuss here maybe our, first, second, third customer, our student business that we're working with, and see and kind of try to track their entrepreneurial journey and how we're kind of tagging along and kind of helping make that business happen. And this is going to be very exciting. I'm very much looking forward to
and
our follow-up on this.
We're fortunate that, when we launched that Entrepreneurial Institute, we have the expertise of the REDC and particularly the SBDC, where, the SBDC does some of this already for a living. To put some of that in context real quick, if I may.
Of course.
Like, they've just finalized the previous year's results. They advised, this is a team of 6 people, Cadu, advised over 500 clients in a 12-month period. They literally helped launch 106 businesses from nothing, right? Which is incredible. Crazy. Which is over 20% of what all the SBDCs did in the entire state was done here in Yavapai County. Just a fantastic effort. And that was, helping those folks and assisting them getting, a new capital of over $10 million. Sales increased through those businesses over $8 million and helped to create over 300 jobs. That's true economic impact.
That is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. And then on the REDC side, I mean, this is just year to date. This is July through October. We've had 3 recruitment events. We've had 500 job seekers through those 3 recruitment events with over 2,500 job opportunities. The amount of resumes exchanged and interviews set up, I don't have that data in front of me, but I know it's big and it's really impressive and it's exciting for our local businesses because they need the people and people want these jobs. We've already applied in that short period of time for $1.6 million worth of grants. That will take some time to come through and we'll see where that goes. In terms of workforce training, we've already had, in that short time period, 13 training sessions. And that served over 200 learners in local organizations and businesses. So it's just really good, positive, ongoing things that keeps churning out of the REDC and SBDC. I could not be more prouder of those 2 teams.
That is an amazing contribution and much more to come. I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we're getting to the end here of our interview. I really appreciate all the information there. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of following up with you on this, and I'm hoping that people will be able to find you to have these other conversations. But I wanted to get through a couple of rapid fire questions here so that we get to know you a little bit better. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Jump right in?
Yeah, no pressure.
All right. I can tell by your accent that you were born and raised in Arizona, right?
Oh, yeah, just a little east of here. Probably about 6,500 miles east to be exact.
How do we get so lucky to get you over here? Just tell us, where are you from and how do you got here?
Yeah, I'm from a place called Bradford in Yorkshire in the north of England, so right in the heart of the north of England. The locals like to call it God's own country. That's not my quote, that's theirs. I've been in the US since 2005, found myself, one of the companies I worked for in the UK was US owned, so I found myself out here on a regular basis. And then I moved out here permanently in 2005. And most of my career has been spent in manufacturing and logistics, usually at like general manager, director, senior vice president level of various organizations, and found myself here in Yavapai County about 3.5 years ago. Wasn't part of the plan, but I absolutely love it here in Yavapai. I love Arizona. The people are great. These are good people. They're down to earth. They get things done. Your neighbors come out and support you and help you. And it reminds me of being back home in Yorkshire. It's that same kind of vibe.
Nice.
Predominantly you're dealing with amazing people. And I love that.
Yes, absolutely. What new skill or area of knowledge you have been exploring lately here, like personally, that you feel like it kind of relates to the work that you do here at Yavapai College? And I know that recently you kind of moved into a property somewhere nearby. You got some goats, and did you kind of go a little country?
I did go a little country, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I went completely off the rails for a city boy especially. So I come from a city in the north of England, lived in cities all over the US.
Full immersion. That's it.
And then went gung-ho down there in Dewey Humboldt with 2 acres and stables and chickens and rattlesnakes and javelinas and yeah, it's been super fun. And one of the I guess I've always been reasonably handy in terms of fixing things and doing up properties, but I didn't quite realize what I was getting myself into. There's been a lot more DIY than I anticipated, but I'm really enjoying it. the property's come along really nicely. It's doing well. I haven't broken anything or burnt anything to the ground. So I'm taking that as a good sign.
See, that I think is going to relate directly into the Entrepreneurial Institute. You're kind of cutting your teeth in a new area and a new lifestyle and all that. And that's going to come in handy when you have to
looking to innovate with, hammers, nails, and pieces of wood.
There you go. Love to hear that. All right. If you had a magic wand here to grant every community college student or businesses in this case here, because we deal with businesses too, a skill for the future, what would it be and why?
Oh, a skill for the future. That's a great question. I think predominantly that would come down, and it's going to sound a little kitschy and corny, but I think that would be the ability to communicate clearly. So there's obviously several different facets to that. I think in terms of being able to communicate effectively, initially you have to listen effectively. You really have to get to know somebody or a business or an organization. You have to be able to put yourself in their shoes, to listen, to empathize, to understand, to ask smart questions. And then you can really have some engaging conversations. And I think people who are really good at that and could do that effectively, they can move the world. If you can do that, whether that's verbally or whether that's in writing, and you can do that well, then you can get a lot of really good things done, and you can establish really great, long-lasting partnerships. And that for me is, I think I've been able to do that reasonably well throughout my career and transition that into what I'm doing here at Yavapai College. And so far, it seems to be going reasonably well. My teams are absolutely flying. The college is going gung-ho. And the impact that the college has on the community is absolutely, sometimes I think it's underestimated, but it's immense. We are producing those next levels of not just entrepreneurs, but business people, the people who work in the hospitals, the people who work in the local businesses, the people who are moving and shaking things in Yavapai. And that's exciting.
That is for sure. Let's keep moving and inspiring here. If you could put something on a billboard anywhere here on campus or in town with anything on it, what would it say and why?
A billboard anywhere in town. It would say something like, if you have the will, you can get this done. So I think if you truly set your mind to something and you can envisage something, if you can set yourself reasonable and clear goals, the college is here to assist in those goals. This is kind of 101 what we do, right? You can move yourself forward. You can move yourself forward. You can move your family forward, your business forward, your colleagues forward. You help shift the world in some, in quite a meaningful way. Yeah,
absolutely. And we're here to support you, whoever you are and whatever that's part of the ladder you're at. I love that. Vince, any final thoughts? Anything we want to share before we close this up?
I think we've captured enough. Appreciate you asking the questions. Appreciate what Cadu, that you're doing for the college, and looking forward to getting more things done. It's a good time to be here.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing all the news, the good news with us. I'm definitely going to be back here to catch some updates in the near future. There's too much going on here at the REDC, SBDC, and I'm sure that we will have something new and exciting to talk about sometime very soon again.
Look forward to it.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Vince.
Thanks.
Thank you for tuning in to the YCNU podcast. We hope you enjoyed our conversation today. Don't forget to follow and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. Got someone in mind for our next chat? Reach out and let us know. Until next time, keep exploring, and we'll see you next week.